the tree, it's a continuation. It's a symbol that appears frequently in my work, and a lot of I guess the basic way to talk about it would be that the tree is all pruned and chopped apart, but yet it's still like proceeding to grow, and it's a lot for in a very basic manner. It's sort of supposed to be about the resilience of nature, but then also a lot of what my work is about is like globalism and like the effects of globalism on the environment, and so on the piece there's actually over 100 different kinds of foreign currency cut apart and collaged into the piece, which is like, you know, a direct reference to our globalized economy, and sort of like this tree's sort of falling apart, but yet it's still growing, it's still producing oxygen, and it's still there, and sort of like the absence of humans in the piece is sort of also like talking about how like nature is definitely going to supersede us in terms of like it will always be there and it will always grow, whereas like our own well-being and sustainability is kind of questionable, and that's why man is like absent from the picture. But
that was fabulous. Wow.
Can you talk a little bit about the process of the materials you use?
Well, there's like I said, there's like 100 different kinds of but also it's acrylic. The first image that appeared was the tree, and that the tree is actually rendered in acrylic and glitter and transparent medium. And then I kind of created these mountains, like when I've been traveling around, especially like when you get out to like the Midwest and stuff, there's all these like vacated mineral mines and stuff, and the ground is just rusting, and like it just looks like a environmental tragedy basically. So I started grinding iron into paint to create like paint with this, and then I paint back into the iron paint with a solution that rusts it, but then I mask off different parts of it so the rust only comes through to render the images. And basically it's like a layering process. I collage and then I paint, and I collage and then I paint, and then to create the depth, it's like you go back and forth. So some things are on different layers than others are in the foreground, other things fall to the background. So a lot of my work is like about layering in a very meticulous and obsessive compulsive sort of way that I work. So that's kind of how it goes. But
and the gold, what is the gold?
The gold is a certain kind of archival gold paper that's actually it's a more folk traditional way to gold leaf. Actually, it was used a lot in the early 19th century, this kind of paper, to create the same effect of gold leafing, but for people who could not afford to actually use real gold to gold leaf. So it's a very old archival gold paper.
I was saying it reminds me a little bit of Gustav Klimt's. I know it's very different, but it has a similar sheen when you stand to the side.
Yeah.
Like kind of.
I see that for sure. But
no, it's beautiful.
oh, thanks.